Hello and welcome to the show. The internet is full of examples how to act in the courtroom, and of course, it's full of examples of how not to do in the court. So, here we have today another example, and we have a video from Ion Field.
Guys, this case opens with serious money accusations before anyone even settles in. When attorneys start hinting at hidden behavior and backdoor moves, it tells you this isn't just a routine hearing. It's the kind of situation where details matter and surprises are coming.
I'm just trying to get my client some money. There's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes. Whether or not Nick provided the actual information in regards to his employer, whether or not he had a deal with the employer not to pay. We did not file a response. I was just retained. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we are here in the matter of Jameson versus Busuk, case number 23-06095 DM. Sir, this is your motion. What is going on with your income?
So actually changed jobs. I switched from another tree company that.
But you're still doing tree work, correct?
Yes, sir.
Why did you switch the jobs?
The winter work slowed, and it looked like he was going to go out of business, so I took up other opportunities.
My man actually looks like he works on like a lumberyard or something. You looking good, dude. That's awesome. Anyway, we started off the video with like accusations. Like, I think the blonde lady is the lawyer, and from the gate, she started like throwing. This is an asshole. Like, okay, she didn't say that he's an asshole, but he was referring to it, like off the gate, and you can see the judge was actually smiling, knowing, it's one of those. This is going to be awesome.
And it's a little bit less pay, but not much less pay, correct?
Yeah, it's $3 less an hour.
Ms. Myers, any input on this? I mean, I've always had problems with, lawn services because they do go in and out of business. And, sometimes if you see the handwriting on the wall, normally if somebody leaves their job through no fault of their own, or through fault of their own, I kind of hold them to the old income. The problem is this is not one of those jobs that is continuous or steady for the most part, at least in my experience. So
it's my understanding that he voluntarily.
I understand. Yeah, voluntarily, but if he's got evidence that possibly he was, he wasn't getting any work, that doesn't help.
No, that's not the case. Actually, he just moved on to a different job. The company that he worked for is still in business. It's been in business for quite a while. So it was more an issue of he recently got called into court because he's 10 grand or whatever behind. And now he all of a sudden has a new job.
Considering if you're saying that he was steady there and he's 10 grand in behind, my question would be this, because we take the money from the employer, not from the parties, which means if there's a steady income, why would there be an arrearage?
Oh, my judge. That is a good point. That is a good catch. If the income was so steady, it's so interesting that the lady lawyer, she thinks like changing jobs is only because the company went bankrupt. Without the company going bankrupt, there can be so many different reasons why there's no jobs or where there's no work. It doesn't mean that the company has to go bankrupt. Holy moly. Does she have any proof actually? I'm starting to think she needs to have some proof, right? She just needs to have some proof to show that the guy changed jobs, but there was work over there. This is going to be wrong. I don't think she has proof. I don't believe so.
It's my understanding that there was an issue with the income withholding order, and my client did bring it to the attention. But just so the court also is aware, Mr. Jameson has been very vocal about the fact that my client would not get money. And there were some
Well,
discussions between him and the employer.
right. Okay.
I never, and I haven't seen
yeah.
an income withholding order at all, even go out to it.
You won't. The income withholding orders go only to the employer because of the
Right, and
because of the information contained within them. It's kind
Right.
of personal, and that's why the court never sees an income withholding order either.
So,
we don't need it.
I'm,
This was just
I'm
recently entered. That's why I'm trying to. Well, actually, it's been almost 2 years, correct?
correct, 2023, when was your?
Yeah,
I did it.
2023. It was fall of 2023. Sir, how long did you work at that place?
I would say about 3 years. And in January, he told us that we were going to be laid off until March. And that's when I looked for another job.
Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, I can probably find a text from.
Then I will need to see that.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to hinge on, because if he was told that they were going to be closing down for 3 months, that would give him no income, ma'am, and searching for another job would have been appropriate. But like I said, that's why my first question is, what's going on with your job?
Yes, sir.
So I expect you to get to me, and Ms. Myers, have you been on this case before?
I have, Your Honor.
Yeah, you have. So, sir, you have her contact information. I suggest you get her a copy of that text. We're going to set this for a settlement conference in the next 2 weeks to determine, that way I can look at it, Ms. Myers can look at it, we can sit down, and if there's a justification here, I'm willing to give some leeway. Because let's face it, in another 12 months, he can probably ask for a child support review one way or the other. But the idea is to make sure that we get that money flowing. So bottom line, sir, regardless, you need to contact the front of the court with your job change to inform them where to send the new income withholding order to, so you don't become more and more in arrears.
And
yeah,
this week we did put in a withholding.
Okay, to your new employer?
Yes, sir. The first withholding came out this week.
Good. In that case, then the money should start flowing, Ms. Myers, and then we'll find out if it's appropriate to adjust. Because I also had a question as to, I believe she was held at 0 income. Why was that? Is your client
Actually, I think
disabled?
she was imputed. She provides all the childcare, Your Honor, so that Mr. Jameson, it's the way that their marriage was set up as well, so that Mr. Jameson can work.
Right.
So he can work anytime he wants, which is why I was also going to bring up the fact that he works significant amount of overtime as well.
Oh, the marriage laws. Oh my God. I have so many girlfriends asking me why I hate marriage. Here's the proof. This video is the proof. That is why I dislike marriage, because of the laws. I understand in this case there's actually a child in play as well. Yeah, the child needs money, but ma'am, madam, young lady, get a fucking job. Like, what the hell? Like, at some point you have to understand, like, there's so many mothers in the world who will benefit from that money, and they're actually working for it. They're really, really pushing. They're really trying to work in multiple jobs. They're finding, like, the grandmom is babysitting for free, and like, they need the money. But the more you listen, the more you can see, like, the lady actually smart. It's like hired obviously a feminist lawyer, but in the same time, she's really fighting for the client, which is a good thing. So the guy, why you don't have a lawyer? It's a little bit confusing, because the laws, they are complicated. They are really, really complicated. But you can see, yeah, it's the guy is a little bit smiling at some points, like he's like waiting to bam, here's the proof. It's like waiting for that moment. I have this kind of feeling.
Understood.
So yeah. So there's
that's why I'm questioning this. I'm not making this an automatic.
Right, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, no, she was held at 0 income.
The job switch explanation sounds reasonable at first, but courts don't just take words at face value. Judges look at timing, income changes, and motivation, and this is exactly where small decisions outside court can suddenly carry big legal consequences.
That's
And
also
I think it's because the decision was either zero income and then we do something with childcare, or we impute her. Because if she goes to work, obviously childcare is going to be much more expensive. They have 4 children, 4 young children.
understood, but you know, looks like this was part of the agreement of the parties back then. All righty.
It was.
But I will look at this because neither party may like what's going to happen at the new review, because they changed the guidelines again, so that it might not work for either party, and I'd rather not hurt either party either. But
There's
I
one
also
more
want to get it.
thing.
I also want to get it correct, because let's face it. Like I said, when we find it incorrect, we find it imbalanced, and then nobody gets any money. It just winds up chasing tails, and that's not worth it. So, what's your question, Ms. Myers?
One other thing, so we're gonna come before the court in September because my client is currently pregnant and due. So there would be a change in September, either way.
Oh, okay. So it may be that we have to look at it now because of his change, if it's an appropriate change, and we'll have to look at it again in September when there is another change. Okay. But her birth, if she's held at zero income, ain't gonna change anything. So unless you want her imputed and that income then offset by her new child, that's fine. But if she's at zero and stays at zero, birth of a new child won't change the mathematics here.
Right.
You have to have income to deduct from. And since the party set this up at her at zero, you don't have a change of circumstance from that one.
Yeah, we're
You
just.
could ask for it, but be careful again what you ask for.
Right.
Wait. The lady is pregnant. And the way I understand, they divorced at least a couple of years ago. Because this is not like the first hearing, and you can see the guy is kind of comfortable and not really worried. He already knows what to expect. But she's already pregnant. They have 4 children together. Like, my guy is always like, the math is not mathing, really, to be honest. Like, like, I'm trying to find the polite words for it, and I'm really finding it difficult. So probably it's better not to say anything, because to be honest with you, like, there's ladies who keep on changing husbands, and in the end of the day, you have to understand there's one common fact in those marriages, and it's the lady. So it has to be her. She has to be the problem, because my guys, and the same kind of thing applies to the ladies with the children. Like, if she keeps on making different children with different baby daddies, then at the end of the day, she is the common person in those relationships, and those relationships keep on failing. The problem is in her. There's something. It's like the hugest red flag you can have, and I don't understand why guys don't understand this. It's really, really interesting.
I'm just trying to get my client some money because there is such a huge arrearage. I think there might actually be a warrant too. That might be.
That's why I'm warning him, and that's why I'm going to look at
Mhm.
this a little bit more closely to make sure that
Thank
we get it right.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, that's what we find out. That happens if you set child support incorrectly. Now, again, why there's been a kind of continuous employer up till a couple months ago, $10,000 should not have happened that easily. Is it that there was a back order to it too?
No.
No? Okay. Then
He just wasn't paying, and
again, he doesn't pay. Income withholding
Right.
orders pay. That's why I
understand.
asked him. He's been employed there since before the inception of this. There should have never been an arrears, so something happened with a paperwork screw up somewhere.
I understand, but I think again, I think there's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes. Whether or not Nick provided the actual information in regards to his employer, whether or not he had a deal with the employer not to pay. And my client
Well,
has been on top of it,
the employer would not like that, because there is case law out of Kent
Right.
County where they took an employer to task. The employer
Yep.
not only had to regurgitate all the funds, the employer had to pay fines, penalties, and it was not.
Right,
It was Fifth Third, and it was not pretty.
right.
We're talking into the millions.
Right. And my client did contact her worker to try and sort
Okay.
that out. It's just never been sorted out.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can sort it out better this time. And
Perfect.
hopefully we've
Thank
got an
you.
income. Well, hopefully we'll know if there's an income withholding order in place, and then she's getting her money from the new employer. And this
There's
job
also
is
supposed to
this
be,
job, Mr. Jameson, is continuous? No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Myers?
there was supposed to be, last time the parties were in court only a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, February, 2 months
Okay.
now. Mr. Jameson had indicated that he had filed his tax return, so had told the court at that time on the show cause that there would be money forthcoming in that regard. It's my understanding that he's withholding filing his return.
Well, that's between him and the federal government. That also has consequences and penalties. So, yeah, normally if there's an arrearage, if it's my understanding, the IRS sends out the letters in August to prepare for the end of the year, and then they set up the confiscation of any type of tax return. So we'll see what happens.
Can I ask?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Jamerson.
So I had texted her telling her that I had filed my taxes, which I did. And then she told me that she had claimed the other two, which I don't really know how taxes work. So I was assuming that she got the money for the two per the court agreement.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, that is something I was wondering. Like, I am in Europe and in the US, the laws are obviously different, especially the tax laws. But what I keep on noticing, like, the mom is not working, right? She receives only income from the baby daddy, but on her tax returns, she's filing the children, and then she gets extra money. Like, I think that part of the law is so, how to say, I think it's just stupid, because the lady is not working. She's not paying any taxes. What she's returning from, I really don't understand. All the returns should go to the person who's paying. The same rules should apply when the lady is paying. When you watch the YouTube channel, like, I think it was like Child Support Court kind of a YouTube channel. I really enjoyed watching this because the judge over there was also very fair, just like this judge. Like, amazing job, my dude. The judge is doing just amazing job. Like, he's staying stoic. He's not taking any sides. It's like, in the end of the day, it's all about the children, right? And you can always see that the judge is trying to do everything right by the children, regardless what the lady's doing or what the guy is doing, and going by the law. Everything is correct, right? That's the way it should be, and it's very, very, very interesting.
and the only reason I go through
if you're following, that doesn't go against your child support. That's her taxes, just as your taxes are your taxes. Okay. All right. So we'll see each other again shortly. My clerk will be contacting you to set up a short, quick, and I suggest you get that any type of paperwork to Ms. Myers and myself so that we may have it to review for the settlement conference, sir. All right. Good luck, everyone.
The stakes explode with talk of warrants, tax interception, and even employer liability entering the picture. This is a warning about how paperwork mistakes and delays can spiral into serious consequences fast. Do you think this was poor paperwork, intentional avoidance, or something more serious? Drop your take in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I think it wasn't avoidance, in my opinion, because like the judge said, he is not paying anything. It's being like automatically taken off his salary by the employer and diverted to the court, and the court then pays the lady, but the lawyer lady keeps going. Like she wanted something extra from this judge, from this hearing, and she wanted some penalties, like some extra money, because obviously she's getting paid as well. Like that's a job. That's actually a good sign of a good lawyer. But in the same time, you can see like she keeps on coming back, and the lawyer keeps on shutting her down. The judge was amazing. Um, there's no doubt about that. The judge was just amazing, and it was a really good video. If this is the type of content you like, Iron Field, it's a small channel. Go check it out, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. If you reach this far, then I think I deserve a like and subscribe, and also a comment below will help me. Let me know what you think. Also, let's discuss, and how is my English? Let me know. See you. Bye bye bye.